What's going on, Chris? No worries if you can't stick around too long. I uh I gotta figure out if all my streams are streaming, so as usual, I'm a couple of minutes behind and just getting everything set up. Gotta get my scenes set up and everything else. Oh, your internet keeps dropping? I got the issue of what's going on, sir? Oh shoot, I am on. What am I on here? What's this? Go live. Here we go. Go live. Sweet. Now it's on TikTok. No sound detected. That's weird. Audio is low. Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out what I need to do. Hold on. Oh, shit. I gotta put the microphone on. The microphone's sitting there on the desk. That should be a little bit better, hopefully. Um, a little bit better. Yeah, it's boosted all the way it can go, so I don't see a master audio on this. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like everything is boosted as high as it can go. Unless I'm talking through this microphone. Testing. No, that one's not working. Okay, so I got TikTok rolling. I've got YouTube going. I just have to check. I think I figured out how to do Twitch. Let's see. File. Ooh, here we go. Docs. Output. Where'd the output screen go? Oh, crap. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Why doesn't Twitch like me? I tried this the other day and Twitch worked, and now it doesn't seem like Twitch is wanting to work. Let's see, output. Twitch should be main. Output settings. All right, hold on. I gotta change. Gotta change my output here. Ugh. Oh, here we go. If I just move this over here. I'll get this figured out in just 1 second, guys. Miami. I swear. It works when I'm not online, and now that I am online, it's not working. Ugh, damn it. All right, guys, if you can hear me, my computer's locking up, so I am going to have to restart. Sorry, give me 1 second here. All right, guys, can you hear me now or no? Try to get. All right, you can hear me, but you can't hear the sound. Oh, now it's coming through? No sound. I don't know what's. Wireless microphone. All right, is that better? Good to go. Okay, we got sound. All right, I'm gonna just ignore Twitch and YouTube or TikTok and all that other mess and just start because I don't know what's going on. So first things first, I need to get my, oh, well, let's transition there. There we go. All right, let me get my AI tripod up and running. It's been one of those days, man. So push this way. Okay, so there we go. At least. All right, well, that kind of works. I got this guy over here, which we will put this guy on our laser here. Okay. Oh, man. Let's see, what is this supposed to be? This is multi-cam, okay. That's webcam, that's Sony. This is supposed to, every time I do my phone, it's like it's weird. There we go. Okay, so now at least you can see my back and this guy stopped tracking. There we go. Now you can see me and he can track. Sweet. With all the Black Friday deals that are on Amazon, I'm actually thinking about picking up maybe another camera. So put this guy over here. Maybe an AI tracking camera so I don't have to use my phone all the time. Because it is kind of annoying when I can't use my phone or see my phone. You must spend $9 grand on a Black Friday sale. Okay, you can't just leave that where it is. I kind of need to know what you're going to buy. You going to buy one of those little robots that I've been seeing, those Chinese robots that have the little articulating fingers and everything so they can do your laundry and wash your dishes and all that stuff? Oh, you know what? I got a package from Longer too. X-Tool DTF. DTF. Well, I don't know what that is. That's like the image printing, right? X-Tool DTF printer. Oh, it's called a system. Is it a direct to film? Well, you know what the other DTF stands for. I'll let you Google that. Make sure it's okay. So it's like a sublimation kind of thing. Oh, this says 5600. Oh no, there they are. Yeah, they get all in one bundle. It's only 8 grand, man. It's on sale. Come on. Or 60 payments of $235. Oh, they don't like me leaving their site either. So the other day, when I was trying to do my um, engravings, the power supply kept kicking off on me. So I reached out to Longer, and they sent me a new power supply. Now I got my wires everywhere. Hold on, let's see. Let's unplug this, guys. We're gonna try this out, and hopefully it stops kicking over. Was approved for 60 payments to 340. That's you're not supposed to look at it like that. You're supposed to just look at it like, oh, look how little you got to pay each month. You can make that back. All right, I got my new power supply from my contact Jenny at Longer. And hopefully this one, so my power supply slowly started getting worse and worse over time. It started with anything I did at 90%, it would kick off. And then I had to drop it to 80%, and then I had to drop it to 70%. And finally, they sent me this new power supply, and hopefully this one doesn't kick off at the higher output. You would think that that would be something that they would cover before releasing it, but I guess nothing's ever too set in stone. And I really need to work on my cable management. I know, cables everywhere. Okay, it turns on. Yeah, it's all plugged in now. It's all hooked up, so we'll see. I was using the jig for more of those cards. Accidentally cut through it instead of engraving, so we'll have to make another one of those. But today, I think I want to design something to take advantage of all my scraps. I don't know if you guys have. Yep, looks like the battery's going to die. Of course. So I've got this huge pile of scraps. I have all this half-cut stuff. So we're going to try to use some of this. And just have to get some of my batteries going over here. Yeah, 4 piles. Yeah, no, it's terrible. But it's one of those things that just happens. And the problem is, I've got so many of these piles that, like you said, you got 3 of them. So we're going to try to get through some of that and use some of that up. And I think I'm going to try to make some bookmarks. So what do I got here? I got about 7 inches by 9, by about 10. You probably get 2 layers out of that. Let's look up to see what. Let's see, overlay 1, overlay 2, overlay 2. Oh, I gotta fix this one. This picture doesn't look right. There we go. All right, overlay 1, overlay 2, overlay 3. That one's not right either. Okay. Light burn only. Scene 3. Okay, Well, I don't know why I got two pictures of myself up there, but well, let's just look at Lightburn for now. All right. What is the standard size for a bookmark? Two by 6 or 2 by 7. Okay, let's go with a 2 by 6. And I like to always ease these corners a little bit, so we're going to go 0.25, see what that looks like. That's actually too much. Nope, 0.125. Let's go with that. And then let's do an offset on an inward. 0.125 is okay as well. Let's round that also. Nah, it doesn't really even matter. Go inward. Have you guys used the line tool much? This pencil tool? Sometimes it's a little difficult. So let's just stop there. So what I'll do is duplicate this, mirror it, and then bring, that doesn't work. What if we don't mirror it? There we go. Don't mirror it. Nah, it doesn't really line up. Well, sort of. I could probably make that work. Let's do an offset. We'll do both sides. It doesn't look terrible, but I'm going to put something right in the center there, so that shouldn't matter. And let's delete the original. Perfect. Have you guys made any bookmarks? Oh wait, I'm looking at this, but did this actually... Why isn't that screen... I feel like that screen should be... Yeah. I feel like this should be zooming in. I don't know why it's not. Display capture, window capture, light burn. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now if I zoom in, now you can see what's going on. All right, let's bring this down a little bit. Okay, let's do an offset of this. We're just going to go inward on this one. Oh, Control Z. We want to go inward, but leave that original one. Okay, so let's see. I do want this to be touching. I can weld these two together. Perfect. So if it's on that side. It should be on this side too. Okay, so I should be able to weld all these together. Let's just pull this little squiggly line up. They don't like to share. That's not good. Oh, I gotta turn some fans on. I got some bugs flying around me. Okay, so let's check out some of my downloads here. Actually, I think I'll pop over to Canva real quick and just grab some of my holiday elements. I'm downloading those elements as SVGs with transparent backgrounds, and I'm just going to get a couple of holly leaves and some snowflakes. And you don't have to use Canva. I mean, you can use any place you like to get those kind of elements. All right, those are downloaded. So that's weird. Doesn't seem to be updating my screen. I don't know why. Let me change this. Instead of doing a window capture, let me try to do a display capture. Maybe I could get everything on that one. Okay, I think that's probably a little bit better. Now, when I zoom in, you should see the elements I brought over. Put those all on the same layer just so they're easier to work with. And let me bring in my snowflakes. Actually, let me put all these on the same layer too, just so they're easier to see for now. All right, let's get back to our bookmark. Now if we weld those together, those disappear. So we want to weld this, that. Nope. All right, so that's just touching on those sides. And actually here, I'm going to just cut this. Oops. This is welded together, right? Because I don't think that when I weld this, yeah, it's not going to go the way I want it to go. So let's see. Let's see if we can cut this out here. Now let's see if we can weld these. we duplicate that. Ungroup that maybe. Okay. Come on. Drag you up. Up that. Okay. That's just a little nerve-wracking when you hear your dog running like crazy outside and hear something running with her. But it's just a neighbor. All right, so here, let's see, Control Z, let's bring those back. Cut this. Cut that. That. Cut that. Okay, perfect. So that there's what I'm looking for here. So this should leave perfect little Christmas design that we can work with. And let's add some of this holly in here. Well, it's going to have to be pretty small, but it should look really nice once it's done. Let's see, get some of these snowflakes. And again, we're going to have to make these pretty small for them to actually show up. I don't like cutting things too small because sometimes you do tend to lose little pieces in the honeycomb, but we'll see if we can manage. Maybe one more snowflake. Doesn't look too crowded, does it? All right, now for the last bit, we're going to do some initials. And I'm going to do these as 3 separate initials for a monogram. Actually, we could just do 2 for now. Let's just do S and W. Okay, let's center this. Make it a little bit smaller. Let's change the font. And we just need to add a place for our tassels up at the top. Usually on the ornaments, I like to make this a 1/2 inch, so we'll still make this a 1/2 inch. Bring that up. Then we'll just do our offset, do that inward. 0.125 should be fine. And before I do any more changes here, what I want to do is just copy and duplicate all of this, because if I do want to change this, it's always nice to have that copy. Move these guys out of the way. This one out of the way as an original. Weld these 2 together. Oh, that's weird. Oop. Where all these extra lines came from. It's okay though, we know how to get rid of them. Okay, so this is done. Let's just duplicate this one more time. That, and this will just be the okay, so let's do this. Let's delete that. There we go. Put all this on the inside because we don't need any of this actually. This is what we need. So this will be the bottom, that'll be the top. Then we have all these cutouts. All right, so for this, we're going to change this to an engrave. Actually, let's do an offset of this on an outward. Bring this sizing down a little bit. 0.125. This will make these smaller pieces a little bit easier to deal with. Let me just ungroup this, delete that. And what we'll do is we'll make this another engrave. So it's not actually going to cut that out. Instead of having to deal with all of that, we'll deal with one piece. So we're going to cut the ornaments out. We're going to cut the whole holly out, and we're just going to engrave that lightly. We're going to score it. And actually what we could do too is we could put these on a fill layer. So these little holly berries will be filled in. Let's go to our cut layer and we change that to a fill. So this will be scored and that'll be filled. Why I'm dealing, there we go. Group this together, duplicate. Delete that. Duplicate, let's move that down there. And actually, let's change this font. Let's go Algerian. Okay, let's. All right, 2 minutes for a bookmark, not bad. Let's change some of these settings here and we will try out our new power supply. Let's see. Okay, so for our fill, we're going to do 10,000 by 90. For our scoring, we can do 6,000 by 40. And for our cut, we can do 1,200 by 95. Or excuse me, 12,000. No, 1,200 by 95. All right, let's check the time on that now. 4 minutes, still not terrible. But I do want to group these together. And then I want to group these together because we have this little eyelet up top. Now we're going to align these to the bottom. And let's just shift this over as close as we can. And as long as I didn't shift my machine, should be good to go. Aligning it down here. All right, let's see how I did. And while that's working, what's everybody else working on tonight? Anything? Sorry, I know I was focused a lot on designing that ornament. I actually designed. That's the second time I designed it. I don't know why it was giving me so many issues. I'm working on it, man. I'm getting my beverage. You gotta hydrate. All right. Craft fair on Saturday. What kind of items you bringing to the craft fair? Anything good? Besides a ton of bookmarks? Ornaments are usually good. If you could do the ornaments customized on site, that's even better. What's Marmite? I've never heard of that before. Marmite? My goodness, that's expensive, isn't it? $15 a jar? Yeah, the We Create, if you get the Lumos, that would be good at the show. Or the X Tool. What's going on, Jack? You missed my terrible, slow design session I had here. Good news is, I think the new power supply is working out well. Yeah. Bookmarks, keychains, ornaments, acrylic lights, signs, and so much more. My goodness. I haven't really made many keychains. I need to get into that. And the acrylic lights, I haven't gotten into that either. Maybe I should probably try to put this behind my camera like I did last time, because then I'm not actually looking sideways. Oh. There, now I'm not looking sideways. I'm looking straight ahead. Jack, you buy any Black Friday deals? Did the consumerism overcome you and you break out the credit card? Sitting at the Chinese restaurant. Rah, 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 rah. Got a new holiday shirt. It hasn't come yet. Keep ordering holiday shirts from Temu because they're like $4. I can't resist. I also got myself a nice holiday chair. I got a desk or a computer chair from Temu for like $40. Hopefully it's comfortable and hopefully it's not like that big. All right, let's check this out. I think it's done. Should probably move this camera. Oh. Well, it's decent. Can't even read the chat. Uh-oh. I don't think I had my speed and power right. Shouldn't have moved it. It looks good though. I don't know. These guys are a little small, and they didn't cut out. Let's go back to camera 1, camera 2. There we go. Yeah, it didn't cut out all the way. My power wasn't good enough. And these little snowflakes kind of fell apart. It's just too small, too delicate. All right, so let's redesign that. I got plenty of scrap to go through, but this one's actually going to hit the bin. We're going to pull the trigger and throw that piece away. Okay, so let's try that again and make some modifications. So the first thing we need to do is modify our power and speed. So let's bring our speed down to 900 for the cutting it out. And these little ornaments are too little, so let's ungroup this right now so we can modify each piece individually. Let me do an offset. Delete the original, click OK. It's not as delicate as I would like, but it may not fall apart. This one maybe we just make a little bit bigger. And this isn't really where it's going to go. I'm just cutting these out because I'm going to glue these on separately after the fact. I just want to make sure that they will fit. Okay, let me get another piece of scrap and try that again. Okay, I think this one though, we may have to stack our design. So if we get this, put this right on top, frame that out. Oh, too tall. All right, let me see if I can find a fatter piece of stock here. Ugh. Group these together. I'll just move this one over here for now. Frame that. Okay, so we'll get half. Okay, so let's try that again. All right, we're just going to do this half here and see how that goes. So, Jack, what kind of Chinese food you getting? General Tso's? That General Tso's the other day, Walmart frozen food. Actually better than Chinese food around there. I like Chinese food too. Chinese food is the best kind of food when you don't want to cook, but you're really hungry and you don't want to cook the next day either. You always get that dinner and lunch the next day. The only problem is I got a family of 5, so we're dropping $100 easy. I think this one's coming out a lot better than the last one. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we have some leftovers. That's the problem. Everybody wants their own dish, so you get 5, 6 different entrees and stage away. Yeah, this one's coming out a little bit better. Those snowflakes though, they're still pretty small. I may have to do the what do you call them? The stockings. Let's see. Let me just start prepping this one just in case that doesn't come through. This way I can do do these little stocking things here. Yeah, I'm at 9. No, I didn't increase the power. I slowed it down. It's still at 95%. I don't usually like to go 100%. I mean, I have, but I try to always keep it around 95, just peace of mind. Are you kidding me? I think I cut this out right on a hole too. Ah, well, we're gonna count this as a test piece. I guess they're all kind of test pieces. So that at least can. Well, that's not right. That shouldn't have fallen out. That's supposed to be an engraved. So see, it all happened for a reason. Kind of, it wasn't supposed to drop out. That's supposed to be still in the center. Um, let's see. So that burned a little bit. That fell apart. This guy looks all right, and these look okay. Okay, so we'll do. I think we'll do one more, and then we should be dialed in. Another piece of scrap. Make sure we frame this one correctly this time. Can you design it, say, in Inkscape and bring the SVG into Lightburn? Yeah, you could design it in anything you want. If you bring in an SVG, that's the easiest file to work with that I found. And then you can change your power settings to whatever you want after that. And you can even break it apart after that as well. All right, let's frame this out. don't know. This one's. I don't think this piece is going to work either. Well, that should work. Let's bring this back down. Okay, so we had to make a few modifications here. Now, ungroup this. This circle here is going to need to be just a scoring line. This ornament here fell apart, as did this one, or the snowflake. So we'll duplicate this ornament because that turned out okay. Snowflake, not ornament. And we will duplicate this just a couple of times. And we don't have to use all these. It's just, and I've got the room for it, so I might as well cut them. Okay, I think this is going to be the good one. Oh, sure. Got any? Oh, hold on. Let's see what we got here. My CO2, I don't like going over 40%. Yeah, but your 40% on your CO2 is like my 95% on my diode. Tube replacement is like $500. Yeah, so I actually have a CO2 laser, but it's stored out in my yard shed because I don't think it was $500. I think it was like $380, $400. But then I also have some belts and things that broke. So after I replaced it and brought it back to life, it'd probably be about $500. The thing I don't like about using CO2 lasers is the diodes are plug and play. They're good to go. Drop the wood on, lower the little laser diode or module down to where you need, and you're good to go. I always had problems with my CO2 actually aligning all those mirrors and making sure they were clean and aligned correctly. I was always off by a little bit, and then it just didn't work out well. Should last about 10 years. No, actually, CO2 tubes do not last 10 years. They are only good for 3 to 4. That was the problem I had with my CO2. The actual CO2 in the gas in the tube, if it doesn't store. So if it's in there, it will dissipate over time or degrade. All right, let's try this a fourth time. There we go. And I've got no problem with questions. Anybody's got questions, ask them away. It's better than me just sitting here rambling, trying to mess with some designs. Recently saw a video. He had awful experience with their X-Tool CO2 laser. See, I don't have any experience with X-Tool. I just have that little bit of experience with the CO2, but that was a Chinese CO2. By Chinese CO2, I mean I bought it off of eBay and it was shipped out of California, so it was just shipped into the docks over there, and it wasn't branded at all. It was just one of those standard blue and silver boxes. I will tell you that when I started the school community that I've got, I reached out to all the laser companies, basically looking for not samples or anything, just a solid contact in case I had questions or somebody in the group had questions I could go to and get a quick answer instead of having to go through applying for a ticket and things like that. An X-Tool never replied to me, and then 3 weeks after I reached out to them, they sent me a request to complete a survey for their satisfaction. Like, were you happy with your results and all that? And nobody had ever reached out to me back and said one thing or another about service or tech support or anything like that. Longer is the only one that actually reached out to me and just said, send me your address and we'll send you a laser. We want you to have hands-on experience. Ooh. There we go. I forgot to turn my light on my laser here. Sorry, guys. No, I keep switching around, but you don't have a laser machine. Why not? Actually, you don't even need a laser machine to make the designs if you just want to make designs. Oh, no worries. I appreciate that you like the video. Yeah, it's some things that people don't talk about. You're thinking about getting one? How big of a machine? Well, there's several things to consider when looking into what kind of laser to get. First thing being your budget. I mean, you always have to stay within what you can afford. I started with my Creality Falcon 2. I went with their 12-watt laser because it could be upgraded to a 22-watt with using the same module, so there's nothing else to change. I also had an Algo DIY laser. Now, the Algo is similar in respects to the longer, where you have to assemble it. It's a DIY kind of put together. The Creality Falcon 2 comes pre-assembled. The only thing you have to do is put the laser module in. Yeah, what do you want to make? Yeah, depending on what you want to engrave on is definitely, like if you want to do tumblers and stuff, probably the X-Tool F2. Okay, let's, oh, yeah, and they have those really great filters too that they offer. Let's look that up. X-Tool F2. Because I'm not familiar with all of X-Tool's brands. Is that the fiber laser or the infrared? F1, F2 Ultra? Oh, $6,000. Hold on, let's see if we can change the screen here. Is this what you're looking at? It's on sale, 16% off. Well, this is brand new too, man. Come on, we'll put it right in the cart for you. Oh, look, you can save a little bit here. This one's only $4,500. Or 6 months of $766. But look at all this cool stuff you can make. Look, they even have a little thing that has a little Steve name tag on it. And make a little pendant. Orange with orange. Okay, hold on. Let's go to X-Tool Direct's website. xtool.com. Tool.com. This guy here, F2 Ultra UV. Oh, you gonna wait? Go back. Go back. What wattage is it? I have no idea. Let's look at the specs. 5 watt, 355 nanometer UV laser. Oh man, you're killing me. Not the UV either. You said the orange one. That's the problem with X-Tool. They have so many things that have the same name on it. Grand Finale. This one? Oh. Go back. Learn more. $15-watt diode. Okay. 15-watt diode, 5-watt infrared. Now let me turn this. These fans going everywhere. Okay, so this is the one thing I've got to set up on mine is the UV is the best all around laser for engraving. All right. Well, I'm not there yet. Metals. Okay. So this is similar to the We Create Lumos. Yeah, right. Or have you seen Apple's new thing? They're promoting that sock thing or whatever it is. Something a grandma could embroider for you. 15-watt diode, 5-watt infrared, glass, metal, wood, place material, auto align, drop it on camera view, and you are done. Look at that speed. Happened so fast, I gotta see it again. I'll tell you what, man, they have good marketing. I want to see that done. That's like a CNC kind of thing. I kind of don't like the fact that they're comparing it to their other machine that they sell. It's only $1,400, man. Pull the trigger. Not too familiar with the laser pecker. So Lumo or the We Create, though, they were gonna send me one of those Lumos to try. I was so excited, and then the deal fell through. I'm still a little bitter about it. Can't you tell? All right, glasses off. Let's see how we did on this. Nope, not that one. Not that one. I really got to name these buttons or something better. Oh. Okay, let's see what we got. Did it not go through again? Come on, you're killing me. I have to up my power once again. So close to going through on this. I guess I'm just gonna have extra of these little doodads. These ornaments, or the snowflakes, came out all right, but this did not cut out. So that came out pretty good. But it still didn't go all the way through. I missed that line. I can cut that with a razor blade though. All right, I'm just gonna move on because I want to see what this looks like to put together. All right, so now we'll get this guy in here. We'll just do our little backer plate. Well, it's my fault. I didn't turn the power up all the way. Maybe that is what it is. Maybe it just doesn't have enough juice. When I did my sample board, though, the sample went through cleanly. 900 by 95 should be cutting through that with no issue. All right, let's get back to light burn here. Move this out of the way, put this one in. Move that over just a little bit. And a little bit more. All right, that should be good enough. Let's just change these settings here. Go with a 100%. This is plywood too, so I mean, maybe there was just a little bit of glue in there or something. Will the other backer plate not be okay? What's up, man? All right, that was quick. What do we got? I see this one cut out with no issue. All right, let's do this. What do we got here? I really got to name these things a little bit better. Let's go for a walk here. I'll go to my little assembly table. Get my knife out. See, that's why I would cut those out. All right, so what we're gonna do, first let me get a little alcohol, or not alcohol, yeah, alcohol. Let me get a little alcohol on this so we can clean that up. Here you. You know, with all the Black Friday deals, I was thinking about getting a, what do they call it, an OSB bot. It was self-tracking AI webcams. Because right now I got to use my phone on this AI tracking stand, which works well, but and I also don't get access to my phone the entire time I'm live streaming. So, and also if somebody calls, kind of drops the call or drops the video. All right, so we're going to stack this, but before we do, I'm going to get my little markers out. We're going to go green and red with this, give it a little festive tone. And that is not the greenest of the greens. So let's try this other one here. There, yeah. All right. Actually, you know what I should be doing is I should be using I got better markers for that. Yeah, I'm going to jack this all up. This is the green I should be using. See if it mixes well. And I even have stain too. I could probably use on this. Go a lot faster. So one thing when you go to these craft shows too, people eat up is when you add that pop of color. Okay, that's a green. And all I could do is the red. All right, that's coming along nice. Super glue. All right, those are 2 layers, and now all I gotta do is drop in some accents. Let's get us one more. Not bad. And that was scrap. Let's see how that came out, how it looks on camera. And sorry, yeah, I was away from the thing, so I didn't get to see what the chat was. Let's see what's everybody saying. Oh, hold on. When's clean? I don't know. Lens. Oh, yeah. I don't know when the last time I cleaned the lens was. I should probably do that. Yeah, I should probably clean that lens. Love your OBS bot. Yeah, so they're on sale now. You can get them for like 85 bucks, which wasn't, I didn't think it was so bad. I could have scored the backing plate, but since I just have to align the corners. It doesn't know what to look at, me or the damn bookmark. And the little, yeah, it's not zooming in, or it's not focusing in. Yeah, it's getting confused. So I actually got 3M tape. Let me see if I can grab that over here. Ugh. I got a roll of this stuff. And this comes out in a sheet. And you just pull it out and you put the entire sheet on your, yeah, my cam definitely has Tourette's. Well, I don't, sometimes it doesn't like focus in on me. It doesn't move as fluidly as I like, but what's going on? But this stuff is expensive. This was like $35, $40 for the roll. So I try to use it sparingly. So this is what we worked on today. Wonder if this other camera works here. Sony, here we go. Maybe that will show it a little bit better or clearer. It's a decent design, I think. I mean, shoot, we cut it out of scrap. So I think that worked out well. And I don't know why this angle has, let's see, scene 3 should not have 2 of these camera angles here. Oops. Oh, it's because it's running the webcam. That's why. Now it's right. There we go. Instead of having 2, it's supposed to be 1 on the machine. So what should we cut next out of our scrap here? Yeah, the Sony camera is a lot better than my iPhone. All right, let's save this out as bookmark project. We'll make that probably next week's tutorial on how we put that together. What else should we cut and engrave? Oh, probably should check that lens, right? I think I've got, I'm not gonna be able to get in there with, I need an Allen key to take that off. All right, well, I'll mess with that another day, but right now I got at least, give it a little. Well, that should clean a little bit of the debris out at least. But yeah, I got to take the Allen key and take that laser head apart so I can get some Q-tips in there and address that. Let's see, is there another project that we should be cutting right now? Oh no, I was blowing it from the other way. The fans weren't moving. Had my little pinky in there holding it. I know that's the first thing they tell you when you get the laser too, is don't move the gantry too fast or you may fry the motherboard. Okay, let's see. Making jigs. Free palm. Vintage radio. What should we get? 2025 Christmas ornaments? You know what I need to do actually? I need to cut my logo into some of these can't even think of the word. Coasters. That's what I try to do is cross. Yeah, it gets scary when you're getting in there and messing with some of these things. Large countdown, snowflake ornament, ornament name. Military ornament. Motorcycle motorcycle coasters. Let's see what that is. Must have sold these. I don't remember having any of these extras. Why is that screen not updating here? There it is. A trailer hitch plug. I haven't done one of those. How do you hold it up? Just 2x material? You have to make a jig for it, right? All right, let's get more of our blanks and see what we can do. I'm actually going to throw some of this away. How about canvas? Have you guys ever cut on canvas? Well, I got the coaster jig, but it's for round coasters. All right, so we're going to cheat a little bit. We're going to make our new placemat. This should be 4x4. You just stand it up 1 square inch. 4x4. All right, so let's just start a new one. Do 4x4. 4x4. Home our machine. I don't know where I put I think I left my glasses over here. Okay. Yeah. So what do you do with painted canvas? You just paint it a standard color and then you engrave on that? How does that work? Like you paint it white and then you just engrave the white off of it? Try that. All right, let's do metal cards, ornaments. Ooh, I did not write down slate. Why did I write down my slate? Anybody remember what I was engraving those slate coasters at? I'm gonna go get my pen. All right, slate coaster engraving settings for 40 watt. $500 to $900 by 50%. 900 by 50%. Yeah. There's a video out there. Somebody will show you how to do it. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's see. Let's 1900. Come on, it couldn't have been that. That's. I feel like the last ornament took 12 minutes. This is for a picture. It's not a detailed picture, it's just my logo. All right, let's try that and see. Give that a go. I don't know why this screen is not updating to what I've got on it. I feel like I'm having a lot of problems with this this stream. Oh. All right, so we're cutting this laser coat, or we're engraving a slate coaster. Their simple logo. Hopefully it comes out well. So the offer that I had received the last week on that free CNC machine is not looking too promising. Every once in a while, so depending on how many followers you get on your YouTube channel, you'll get bombarded with people that want to send you stuff. Sometimes it's related to your channel, sometimes it's not. Insulator, nightlight, catch-all trays I make. Yeah, I've seen those. Are you cutting those on a CNC? Wait, the glass insulator lights. Wait a minute. No, I have not seen that. Is that on your website or on YouTube? All right, let's see what we got here. Hold on. I'm looking. Okay, I have seen these trays before. I didn't know that that's what that was, though. Oh, that's going to be slick. Now, how long does it take you to CNC that catch-all? And do you cut it out, or do you just engrave the bowl side? Yeah. Oh, shoot. Hmm. Here, let's see if I can. Oh, hold on. See, this is where it's going funky again. I'm trying to share my screen and it's not. Well, we're getting you a ton of plays now because I think I just played this thing 3 times. Yeah, so this is the insulator here. But the ones you got today are about the size of your thumb. So you buy all those blanks off Amazon, or do you have another source for those? Yeah, I can imagine. I've had that happen before too. I bought what I thought was a 2-foot T square on Temu, and it was a 2-inch T square. Needless to say, I was a little disappointed. I don't think this is going to come out the way I want it to. Oh, you can't see it yet. Yeah, so as I was saying, I don't think that will be getting that free CNC hobby machine. So they sent that request to me, and then I said, sure, send it on. I'll take a look. Here's my info, whatever. And maybe 3 or 4 days later, I sent them a follow up, and I'm like, hey, just making sure you got my message. Is it in shipping? What kind of things you want me to highlight on it? What kind of software do you recommend? And they came back with, well, tell us what your social media presence is, and let us review your channel moving forward. We're not sure if we want to collaborate further with you. That was a little nerve-wracking, considering they sent me the message. But I guess I can't complain because they were going to send it to me for free. All right, this should be passing with the entry yet. I got to get a dedicated camera on this machine. Yeah. Hey, it's still better than what I got, which is nothing. I might try to look into that 3D printed one that you got. I mean, I have a 3D printer. I might as well put it to use, right? Where are we at? We got 1 minute left on this. I think I made the sizing wasn't right. I made it too big for the space. You got something for free from Xtool. Well, how big was the box, and why haven't you opened it yet? That's the first thing I do when I come home is slice open those boxes. Did you buy something from? You have an X tool though, so maybe it's like a updated piece of kit you need for your machine, like safety protocol or something. I got a couple of things the other day that I gotta open and work on. Oh, AI tracking decided to stop AI tracking me. I guess it can't figure out my face. Oh, there you are. Now you're awake, huh? So a company sent me this. It's a mini rotary tool, battery operated. But the one they sent me, dead out of the box. So I had to message them, and then they sent me another one. So I got this one, dead out of the box, and then they sent me this one. So they can't be that expensive if they're sending them one after another. Yeah. Wait, what? Xtool sent you a black massager shaped like a cat with cat paw attachments. That's kind of weird, man. All right, let's see if I can transition this. That is what we cut today. Like I said, it went a little bit close. Let's see if I can clean this up a little bit. Let's see, transition. Okay, let me see what the alcohol does to it. Not that kind of alcohol, Jack. Yeah, maybe I need to go a little bit more on the power. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. No, that camera's not going to work. Transition back to here. So maybe I should... Let me grab the one that I put the clear coat on. I think it's inside. Hold on. Actually, let me just cut another one of these real quick. Oops. What happens when you don't have it tied down? Output. Oops. Busy. Make this unlock. Red. Yeah, I didn't think of it and I wasn't really prepared, so I did not do that. Go 80% and see what that does. Where'd I put my glasses? I guess I could spray one now and see what that does. I'll spray a blank and I'll spray a new one. Do that real quick. Actually, do I have any spray left? Where did my spray go? Here, it's clear coat. Well, that one's definitely deeper. I know I could have made one of those neat jigs, but I didn't. I made one. I made the round one. I didn't make the square one yet. That's the problem, man. I got so much stuff going on. I barely know what day it is. All right, I think as soon as this is done, it might be done for today because we start around 6 o'clock. Unless anybody has any other laser questions. And I will not be taking any questions about how do you get the sharks with the lasers. That is for a veterinarian, not for me. All I want is sharks with freaking laser beams. The best was, what was it, Austin Powers 2, I think it was, when he actually did get the sharks with laser beams. It's 28 degrees. I was sweating today. I had to go for my kids' ROTC military inspection at the high school, and around 8:30 in the morning, it was 80 degrees. Right now, it's about 70. 26 degrees. Jeez. Yeah, I used to live up in New Jersey, and that's why I don't live in New Jersey anymore. Because I mean, it wasn't as cold as 26 degrees, but it got pretty cold. I did not enjoy it. I like the heat. I'd take the heat over the cold any day. I think this is coming out pretty good. Looks pretty deep. How deep do you usually do your slate coasters? Do you want to actually feel the dip in it, or just see it? I don't know how it will it fade over time. I got an order for some of these slate coasters. Somebody wants me to put some line drawings of World War II aircraft on it. The winter up here averages around -20. Are you kidding me? Nope, not gonna do that. Better you than me, man. Nope. I just got to chill thinking about it. It's 68 degrees here now. 68, 70 degrees. I still got mosquitoes coming around, man. Oh, that's miserable. Let me go get that. Go get that mineral oil, or not mineral oil. What? Alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol. The cleanup solution. Not for drinking. Jack, you still here? Got a question for you about the OSB or OBS bot. 2 minus centigrade. Always get confused with Celsius and Fahrenheit. Well, 180 degrees Celsius is 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That much I know. Two knives done, down to the hitch. So the question I got for you about that OBS bot is how many can you actually hook up to your computer? Divide by 2 and carry. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Carving flags. Yeah, I got to get into carving. I got a couple of straight flags that I've done, but I don't know. I like getting my hands into stuff. Only limited to USB rails. So, okay, so on my computer now, I'm using those USB extensions where it gives you additional ports. So if I had one that was like 12 ports, I could have 12 cameras then, right? Come on, yo, what are you doing here? AI is kind of freaking out. If you okay. All right, so I'm only thinking about getting 2, but I just want to make sure they weren't going to conflict with each other. I was looking at the PTZ, the Light and the Mini, I think they're called. All right, I think that one came out a little bit better. Well, if I order them online, they say that they will be delivered tomorrow. All right, and this is one I've done coated before. So this one we just coated. And this one is already dry. So let's try to do this one again. I don't know who's going to like all these WilmerWoodWorks ones, but maybe I'll have to send them out as holiday presents. I guess if I coat them all before, then I really don't have to do anything after, right? I just have to clean them up a little bit. Matte clear, very little coat. Just wipe them off. Okay. I mean, just wipe them off or wipe them off with alcohol? Just wipe them off. Put the alcohol away. It's looking pretty good. Okay. Well, I'll have to try that. Like I said, I got an order for some that are World War II aircraft line drawings. So I haven't actually gotten the drawings yet. You don't clear coat them at all. You just send them out. So I've got an order for I think 3 or 4 sets. So I could probably clear coat those before. Hmm. Have you guys ever heard of Two Trees CNC machines? Had that company reach out to me maybe a day or two ago. We'll see what happens, but I don't know. They looks like they have some lasers and oh, you have. All right, Chris. I'll catch you next time. Oh, next Thursday is Thanksgiving for us, so no live stream next Thursday. But I'll be right back the next one. I've got half a day for my regular 9 to 5. I've got a half day Wednesday, off Thursday and Friday, so I'll spend some time making some designs. But we'll see you next time, man. Appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, so not next Thursday, but the Thursday after we'll go. I'll go live again. Might try to sneak one in, maybe next Saturday. I'm not sure. Depends on how everything goes. Got to get all that Black Friday shopping in, right? So if I get 2 of those PTZ OBS cameras, I could put one here, so it'll track me. Hopefully, a little bit better than this thing tracks me. And then if I get another one, I might put it. So you can reverse those, right, Jack? So if I get one of those cameras, I can potentially, what I'm thinking of doing is putting like a piece of pipe right about here, put it down to about here, and then mount the camera. So the camera sits here and then can swivel. And then it can kind of follow me. So when I'm over here, it'll follow me. And then when I'm over here, it'll follow me. So it'll give me that angle so I can turn and talk to it. Ow. Okay. Yeah, so then it'll face me this way instead of having to face this way. I don't know. I think you guys might be onto something. Coating it beforehand might have a better look. Now that I'm looking at this one looks like it turned a little bit. It's hard to see. 200 millimeters per second, 90% power, 0.1 millimeter interval. You know what? I'm just kind of winging it here. So I've got 1.1 millimeter interval done. I've got mine set to 80% power at 4,000 millimeters per minute. That was the issue. It's millimeters per minute versus millimeters per second. I forgot you guys run yours different than mine. So if we got, you said 200 would be 12,000. So I'm live on Twitch right now with my OBS. Well, shit, man. I gotta get on that. Hold on. Jack, I just started trying to do Twitch, but I don't know how it works. So I may have to send you a few messages on that. Jack in the shop. Jack in the shop. Jack, why can't I find you, Jack? Jack in the shop, laser. Okay. Yeah, I got you now, man. Hold on, we can get the picture in picture to infinity. Here we go. Oh wait, let's see it again. Sorry, man, I was messing with my shit. That's nice. Okay, so which version do you have though? Where's it? That was my mouse. You got the? Do you have the light? Because they also have the tiny. Okay, let's see. So the one I was looking at was the Tiny 2 Lite and then the Tiny SE.
Yes, the OBS bot Tiny 2 Lite 4K is the one I have.
Okay. Yeah, so I was thinking about getting that for what I've got on the screen now.
Okay.
And then I was looking at 130 bucks. Yep. Yeah, 130 bucks, save $28. And then the SE is like $84. So the SE one was the one I was going to put on the ceiling. That's the one that was the size of your thumb? Jesus. Yeah, they don't put a quarter next to it, do they?
That was thumbnail size.
Oh, Jesus.
It looks like a real insulator. No banana for scale.
Oh man, that stinks. You gotta leave that guy like a 0 review.
Here's what they look like now.
So that takes you about 2 hours? Ooh, that looks good. How much do you sell those for?
For two. $55.
Nice. Yeah, my AI keeps losing me. Oh, let's see. My laser finished. Let's see what it looks like. Let's clean this off. Yeah, that looks a lot better. You can't really see it on the camera here, but you're right. Coating that before, more pronounced on the cut, the engraved. And I could probably cut that or turn that speed up a bit. That's your fiber? What brand fiber is that?
Looks good. That's a DIY. Oh shoot, I followed you on here, right? I bought it as a 30-watt rake. It's cheap fiber laser on eBay. It didn't have enough power, so I rebuilt it. Now it's a 100-watt KTT.
All right, well, I think you're the only one left on my live here, unless, let's see, Chris went to bed. I think Tyler maybe jumped out, and Scott was doing some other stuff. I think it's Scott. S Free 1965. Oh, you're here, just freezing your nuts off with your 26-degree weather. Yeah, let's see. So it's about 8:30. I think I'm gonna cut off for today, but I will be back. Like I said, it's gonna be next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so I'm not gonna go live on Thanksgiving. But I'll be back the week after, and we'll try to do Thursdays. Might try to sneak a Saturday in there, depending on how we're feeling. But Jack, I've got you subscribed up now, Jack in the Shop Laser on Twitch. So I don't know, when do you go live? Yeah, you too, man. Have a good holiday. Oh, I think Jack walked away from his computer. Let's write him a message here. Oh, he's offline. All right, guys. I'll catch you in 2 weeks. See you then. How do I stop the stream? Stop the stream. We'll just go to be right back.